Casters in a Half Shell. Your host, the chairman, my lovely friends.
Oh, hey, what's up? DJ Pebbles here. Cosplayer, gamer, all around nerd, and huge Turtles fan. So I'm super excited for this episode. So I love Ninja Turtles and everything Ninja Turtles. And yeah, this is gonna be fun.
What's going on? It's your boy Narciso. I can't wait for this episode either. Man, I remember the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Those were the best. But those creepy suits were just creepy.
Really? You thought those were creepy? I thought those were
Suits.
That was scary. As a child, that was so scary. Oh my god.
Have you seen them nowadays? Ooh.
Hi, everybody. This is Kitty Sapphire here. I am your resident anime otaku fan, illustrator, live streamer, gamer, and all-around nerd. I'm lightly into the fandom of the Ninja Turtles. I grew up with them as well. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this episode is going to unfold. So, yay! But yes, I have to say the suits didn't really bother me. I thought they were really cool.
Yeah, the suits are awesome.
So, as a kid, I thought they were creepy, but looking back at it, like, the way they moved was super interesting because a lot of those moves that they did in those suits were super difficult wearing those, like, I'm gonna say like 20-pound suits. Like that was very, very cool.
Yeah, the suits were definitely heavy.
Yeah. But I thought most of the stunts were done with puppets, though. Like, they kind of switched between, like, puppets and actual suit.
Okay, but first we get started. Can we not talk about the Michael Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie?
Only the second one is allowed.
Buy that movie.
I actually didn't watch. I'm not a big fan of Michael Bay's work when it comes to Transformers or Ninja Turtles. To be completely honest, I didn't bother to go see that one, so you won't hear anything from me.
I saw it on TV and I thought it was okay. It's a typical Michael Bay movie. But see, I go to Michael Bay movies not for an actual theater experience, if that makes sense. I go there to shut my brain off, drink a beer, and watch things blow up. Like that's what Transformers are for. Watching two giant metal things just fight.
Sounds about right to me.
Honestly. I mean, I'm not going to Michael Bay movie to see something that's, Emmy Award winning.
Can you imagine if he actually tried, though? If he put his mind into, instead of explosions everywhere, be more of a narrative script?
Let me see.
He's
Has
done
he won an
stuff
Emmy?
before, but it's like the early stuff. Like, believe it or not, certain music videos that he's done, that prove that he has the capability to do other things besides the typical Michael Badian stuff that you would come to think that he's just all about.
Oh, 100%. You are right. 100%.
He's done quite a few music videos. What is it? The most popular one is I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. Not a single explosion in sight. Not one.
Actually, the funny part is he's won like 16 awards. Looking at his Wikipedia page, he's won like 16 awards for a lot of movies.
For which movies, though?
You have Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. He won Worst Director from the Golden Raspberry Award.
Wait, he.
Okay. He won Outstanding Translated Foreign Film for Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor, he won for Best Action Sequence in 98. And then in 2000, in 98 he won for Armageddon. He won Best Action Sequence in the MTV Movie Awards, and 2001 for Pearl Harbor.
Okay.
What's it called? Most of them are just really not. Oh, Saturn Award. He won Best Director and Best Science Fiction Film for Armageddon. That's not bad. Scream Awards. I mean, it's all like the small stuff, nothing huge, but a lot of it is just because he makes a lot of movies that are very graphically. What's the word? Graphically.
Explosive.
Yes, but like think of Armageddon. Like that movie took a lot of graphics. I mean, granted, it did come out right next to Deep Impact, so I mean, you got to kind of take it with a grain of salt.
Fair enough.
Anyways, back to our subject at hand for this episode. Also want to say hello, Two Tails Foxboy, for joining us today, our first viewer of the show.
That's my friend there. That's my bro right there. We have a listener. Thank you.
So, this episode is brought to you by the 30th anniversary of the first TMNT movie, which came out in March 30th, 19. We all just appreciate the fact that how far Teenage Mutant Turtles has come since then, from the dark ass comics, the kick ass kids show, teenage show, back to a semi dark kids show, then Rise of the TMNT, whatever you want to classify that as.
And then what?
The recent one, Rise of the TMNT, where they had
I
Raphael as the
really
leader.
like that, actually. I like that.
That one was cool. Not gonna lie.
Well, to be completely honest, after basically dusting off the cobwebs, after just announcing it was been 30 years since that has actually came to our theaters. But no, it's amazing that this franchise has been lasting this long. And each time it's been a revamp, and each story has been more interesting than last. Like, I have to say, I've seen the Rise of the Ninja Turtles. Not necessarily my personal favorite, but it is very interesting. But my personal favorite is the 2013 version of
Nickelodeon
TMNT.
saga.
It was like a 3D. It was a 3D version, Nickelodeon one. So
Oh, that one was also really good.
that was phenomenal. I loved it.
I didn't like the beginning of that one, to be honest. But then again, I
Really?
was so hooked on the 2003 version, where it had retained some of the Mirage comic style of storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't like the animation. Well, that was just me.
but
Yeah, it took a while to get used to some of it always takes a while to get used to the change in animation with the different Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TV shows that we've gotten over the years.
100%.
Because they go on for so long. Like they're really they've all been really successful, so they all have like a long time, a long running time. So you get used to one, and then the next one comes out and it's completely different. And it's just like, oh, this is different. I'm not sure if I like this, but I want to like it because it's Ninja Turtles. It takes a while to get into it sometimes.
Fair enough.
That's what it did for that was definitely for me for Rise, the newest one. It took me a while to get in because it wasn't so much the animation. I actually liked the animation. It was just it's so different
Fair enough.
from everything that we've gotten before.
I don't know about that. It kind of reminded me a lot more of the original 80s cartoon, where it's kind of
It's not the animation. It's the story that everything.
Oh, that's what I'm agreeing with. I do like the fact we got more mutants, though.
The way they go into the personalities of the turtles is a lot different than what we know. They added a lot of different like unique characteristics to each turtle that isn't really something you would associate with that turtle.
Well, also remember they didn't necessarily have I mean, they did have personality, but it was hard to distinguish in the original comics because technically they were designed to be pretty much similar to each other.
That's
Even
true,
though
but
it was parody.
that's true. But when you look at some of the later iterations, look at Leo as being the cool head leader. They get bit semi-emotional, while you have Raphael, who's headstrong, is kind of the polar opposite. He follows his emotions versus trying to be cool-headed about his plans. While Donnie always messes with technology, and Mikey is the kid brother, so to speak, of the whole group. Actually, if you want a really great version of the TMNT, I would highly recommend the IDW comic series. My God, it is the best Ninja Turtle stuff you'll ever find.
Okay. I'll have to check that out on my spare time because I am looking for stuff material to read. I've been itching to basically read a lot more as of lately. I miss it.
Definitely jump on the IDW comics. They tie so many interesting ideals. You have traditional ninja, you have mystic, have so many bizarre themes that work well in the universe, and it's kind of akin to the original Ninja Turtles and the darker Mirage comics, the type of adventures they go on, and how some characters from previous iterations of the shows are reincorporated in a much more personal way. So some of the main cast.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'll say this though.
Well,
One thing we need to see more than anything else is another crossover for the TMNT besides Batman. Now the movie was good.
Power
oh
Rangers. They
boy,
had
I
Power
was
Rangers.
gonna.
We should
Yeah,
bring Power Rangers back, but what else could we mix them with? Since we kind of have Warner Brothers there now. I mean,
oh no, if it's Warner Brothers, it could be anything.
Warner Brothers mostly has uh the Marvel universe, and
No, they have the
that's
DC
Disney.
universe.
yeah, sorry DC, my brain shut off. Sorry, it's been a long day.
It's
They
okay.
have DC. I mean, the only logical thing is because DC movies are better animated than live action. So unless you have TMNT crossover with the Outlaws, that'd be the only good one. I think so, because the Outlaws are Jason Todd, Starfire, and Beatty. I think that'll be your best option for a good team up.
I like that idea. Or you know,
Kind
we
of like
could do.
Outcasts and the Outcasts.
I think it'd be cool if we had a Turtles in Time kind of story setup, where we could have them start with the Outlaws, then have them get warped back in time to work with Jonah Hex, then flung into the future with the Justice Lords.
Oh shoot, that wouldn't be
Jonah Hex, god damn.
Yeah, that Jonah Hex might be a little bit too much.
That'd be a
'Cause
little
he's
dark. I
true.
mean,
Yeah, he's a. I mean, it will go back to their roots because originally the Ninja Turtles were dark. They weren't playful until like later on. But
yeah.
I don't know. That's questionable now because you've had the Ninja Turtles to be so childlike and so friendly for so long to go back. I don't know, like full on dark. Like they had their dark moments beforehand, but with the rise of the Ninja Turtles as of recently, they went to the comic angle, comical angle.
Like I said earlier, though, the IDW line dig deeper into the darker aspects of the Turtles, so it might still work. And if you saw the, has anyone else seen Batman vs Ninja Turtle movie that came out?
I saw
Nope.
parts of it, not the whole thing.
It's the first time I've seen a DC movie in a long time, or a Ninja Turtle movie in a long time, where there's actual blood. You're seeing blood splatter everywhere. Shredder just
If you
kicking
watch,
ass.
see, if you watch the DC Universe animated films, they're much darker than the movie theater ones. Like, The Killing Joke is a super like dark comic book series, but when it's put into movies, it makes it worth it watching it in animated more than anything because the time and detail they put into it to make it like the comic book. It's pretty good. I recommend watching at least once. So going off of that, I think if you want to do something dark, the TMNT fits more or less into the Dark Justice League portion. So like, um, with who was it? Oh man, I can't think of the person. Um, it's
Constantine.
with Constantine, Agragor. I forgot his name. The demon dude. Um, oh my god, who else was it? But no, I think they fit mostly into that like demon mysticism type of thing because you can't put him. I mean, you can put him with Batman. You can put him against unless the Foot Clan and the and oh my god and Ra's al Ghul's clan are together. That's probably the best way to mix them together.
I agree on that.
Because you really can't have them mixing with like Superman because Superman's more for
Oh,
the kids.
Well, then again, like I said, we can focus more on like some of the lower grade metahuman. Actually, you know, it'd be a fun one. We had him go to Detroit.
Detroit.
why? What's in Detroit?
The Detroit first, aka Static Shock.
Oh, okay.
That could work. I mean,
Yeah,
but then that
cool.
fits more
Yeah.
into like the that fits more into the oh my god, what did they call it? It wasn't. It was like a chemical that went out into the atmosphere.
It was like a purple.
Bang
Oh
Baby
my god.
Juice.
Hmm?
Bang baby juice.
Well, because they were called Bang Babies, if I remember correctly, afterwards. I'm just gonna call it Bang
Yeah.
Baby Juice.
Interesting. Interesting.
But yeah, then again, because you got already the basic setup for New York, but with more, I guess, more publicly known figures in the supernatural or special ability category. Like on the Rise of TMNT, you do see a lot more mutants pop up, but like in the
Yeah,
traditional,
kind of
you're
like
not
on
going
the
to see as
TV
many of them
show.
running around.
Yeah, kind of like in the TV show that they made for Cartoon Network not too long ago with the ooze. That's how they got their powers by like they drank some the turtles drank something called like the ooze or something, and then they developed into these mutant turtles.
Ooze was a thing from like the movies.
It was. I thought. Yeah, it was. It was. It
The
was.
Secret of the Ooze was the second movie.
It was. Yes.
Was the name of the second movie. So the ooze has been a thing in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles universe for quite a while. It's just sometimes they like I think how they were exposed to it is different. Sometimes.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Like I think that's what you're getting at. Some like there was always ooze, but like how they were exposed and affected by it is different in some cases.
Mhm. Yeah. I think you're right, and I think that hmm.
Like even where the ooze comes from changes for series per series too. Like sometimes
Mhm.
it's from the Utron, sometimes it's just like in the Secret of the Ooze. Supposedly they were going to introduce another alien race before they had to cut the script because of corporate meddling to get Turtles 3.
Mhm.
Actually,
Corporate meddling for Turtles 3. Okay, interesting.
there's a lot of interesting cut Ninja Turtle movies. Like there's going to be I believe it was HBO. I gotta double check where they actually had the Foot Clan had a separate turtle mutant, their own clan as like a high ranking official. Enjoyed
Which
sushi.
one?
Hold on, give me 1 second. I think his name was Kirby.
Kirby right back at you.
No. It's actually I think the name was based off of Jack Kirby. A couple pictures going on.
Oh.
where he has like one picture he's wearing a cape with a brass knuckle dagger. No, actually, both of them have that.
Hmm.
Yeah, like I said, it's supposed to be a throwback, I believe, to Jack Kirby, comic book artist from back in the day, who did help a lot of
Yes.
inspiration for TMNT.
Hmm.
It's amazing a lot of the weird little histories you can find with the Ninja Turtles. Like, they have recently had 2 crossovers with the Ghostbusters as well. A Power Ranger crossover where Shredder becomes a Green Ranger, and so many more.
No. Terrible.
The
Interesting.
armor looks badass. That's all I gotta say. All right, here we go. I found the book that talks more about it. It's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Ultimate Visual History from 2014. It even talks about the infamous Vanilla Ice rap.
Oh, the ninja rap.
Ice rap.
Of course.
Hmm.
Go ninja, go ninja, go.
Go ninja, go ninja, go! Go ninja, go ninja,
Can we
go!
make that a TikTok thing again? Just everyone wear like ninja outfits and just start breakdancing for no reason, random
No,
places.
that would hurt even more. Please don't do that. No.
Why
It's
not?
kind of like the Harlem Shake, but the newer
Because
one.
it's so bad.
Instead, the Harlem Shake will call it the Go Ninja.
Oh no.
I don't think the world's ready for that.
The world needs
Because then
it,
they'll
though.
associate with Naruto as soon as they start.
Oh, speaking of Naruto, I saw a meme the other day about how kids only know the Naruto run from Fortnite now.
Really?
What?
Oh
No, that's disappointing.
That is heavily disappointing. Like, what the heck?
It's like
Like,
we went through nothing. How dare they?
The kids haven't learned.
Yeah.
Some of them barely even know what freaking ramen is.
They don't know what ramen is?
Well, let's be honest, a lot of us are introduced to ramen because of Naruto.
Wait, say again?
Go ahead,
Say
Narcissus.
again?
what?
Chairman, what did you say about ramen? Ichiraku ramen?
Oh,
Oh,
that,
I love
oh,
ramen. Ramen's the best. I love ramen.
I love ramen too. Not
I have a pho place around the corner from me, and it's like the best.
so lucky you.
Oh, I could walk to 2 different places. It's the best.
I used like the place. I have one next to my house as well, but it's not as good.
yeah, real ramen. You can't go to that garbage.
That bootleg beef broth garbage.
Beef broth is fine, but if you have too much mint in there, it kind of kills it for me.
You mean the
Ooh.
Thai basil?
Possibly, but there's just some weird ingredient that always tastes minty on the tongue whenever.
Yeah, Thai basil. Thai basil has this weird minty flavor, but it's still. But like, usually they give you it on the side to put as much as you want on it. That's what my place does. That, um, and it's not bad. I like the taste, especially when it's with like tripe. It's delicious with tripe.
Old tripe is, or it's prepared well.
Yeah, it takes a certain touch. But yes, back to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Pizza. Would they, if they went to Detroit, wouldn't the first thing they do is complain about the pizza?
That
Well,
would
yeah.
actually. Okay.
Wouldn't that be like the first thing? Like, oh, the Chicago did this. This is what's this deep dish pizza? What is this
No,
mushroom
It's
asparagus?
not real pizza.
It's not real pizza.
And we lost any credit, any monetization because of that comment.
With a knife and fork? How dare you? That is sacrilege.
It's only all right to use a fork and a knife if there's at least 2 inches of toppings.
Wait,
deep
I've
dish
actually
pizza
had deep dish pizza, and it's actually pretty good. It's just different,
Pizza cake.
and it depends on who's making it.
True, but I mean, let's be honest. It's harder to kind of eat on the go with a deep dish than a regular New York slice.
Of course.
First of all, a New York slice you can get at any street corner for like $1 and get a piece the size of
Mm-hmm.
your head.
Yeah, that's true.
Dollar pizza's the best, especially at 3 a.m.
After
While watching
drinking all night
Walking Dead.
after parties.
Oh yeah. Nothing beats dollar slices at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I gotta say, if next year if New York Comic Con is open, so we all have to do me and Pebbles do Ichiran for one night, and then
Yes.
party it up at an after party to the point where we need to go to either Jollibee's or get pizza.
Yes.
Pizza.
Definitely.
I don't remember last year's little incident. Did I bring up the story with the bowling alley?
No, but you can.
I don't know.
I don't think you went to the Bowlmore party, Pebbles. I had one, we ended up playing with a bunch of people. I ended up having one too many, and at one point somebody got a bowling ball stuck halfway through the gutter. So my dumbass decided, hey, I can knock it out. So I tried hitting the ball with my bowling ball, got my bowling ball stuck and knocked the other one in. Second time I tried, I got both of them in without any problems. So when we were leaving, I'm telling Hops, I'm hungry. Let's go get chicken nuggets. So we stumbled to Jollibee's at about 1:30 in the morning, and I'm like, man, these are the best chicken nuggets I've ever had. Before I passed out in the hotel room.
You know what? You're right. Chicken nuggets at 3 o'clock in the morning while drunk is the best. But I still like Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets much better.
100%, they're pretty good chicken nuggets. But anyways, that's my side tangent. Let's go back to Turtles. Now, what is everyone's favorite Ninja Turtle video game?
There's more than one. I thought there was just that one that came out.
No, there's more than one. There's more than one.
Mm-hmm.
There's more than one. I don't know if Ninja Turtles in Time was. Well, that was actually the one that I remember quite fondly. And oh my goodness, fighting those Triceratons were a pain in the rear end. It was bad. It was so bad. Me and my brothers, I would get really infuriated, and we both would, because we would. There were times on Super Genesis back then. There was no easy mode. Everything was on normal, so you basically had to weather whatever the boss had to dish out. And you might be like almost like down to the last bit of his health. But if you screwed up once, or they, did something really stupid, it could ruin your whole day.
You said the one on the Sega Genesis, right?
Yes.
That one's Hyperstone Height. That's another good
Huh?
one too. Was the Turtles in Time for Sega?
Yeah, I think that was it, because the Triceratons are the only ones I remember that fight so much, and it's like it was so infuriating.
See,
Pebbles,
only
what about you?
the other one.
Me?
Yeah.
Um, I gotta go with the arcade one. That was my favorite. I always like whenever we go to this arcade near me when I was little, that would be my go-to. Would be go to the Teenage Ninja Turtles arcade game, play that for like however long we were there for. And I loved it. I mean, we had almost all the other Ninja Turtle games that were released for the other systems, but definitely the arcade one was just like so much fun. I just always loved it.
I would have to do the same thing because I remember going to Chuck E. Cheese specifically to play the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles side scroller. It was like the only good part about that was going to Chuck E. Cheese and playing the old side scroller. I really wish they would bring back side scrollers.
Yeah.
Well, they do, but it's just a different format. Like, for instance, you have something similar like Dragon's Crown. First of all, I love the company Vanillaware. So like Dragon's Crown and Odin's Sphere, those are side scrollers.
Or
Uh,
Amasa and the Demon Blade,
yeah,
Girls.
also, I
Yeah,
don't
I
know
just
what the
got.
recent one, Sentinel 13. This recent drop from Vanillaware, which is a science fiction game. Um, they go across the gamut with their games as far as genre. What else? And Orin and the Forest. That's also sort of like a side scroller.
Oh, Ori and the Blind Forest, right?
Ori the Blind Forest, and it's 3D. It's drop dead gorgeous, but it acts like a side scroller. It's a side scroller and a platformer. So yeah, it's they still have side scrollers. They might not be those same ones that you fondly remember back in the day, but they're there. They're just in a different form.
I
Oh no,
think
I know about because I just got Hollow Knight for PlayStation.
Oh, that's another
Hollow
one.
Knight is really cool. But I don't know. Just side scrollers had this.
you want a
Well,
beat 'em up arcade game. You want something where you can drop in, drop out at any time and not have to worry about the story.
sort of, because like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the TMNT side scroller was really fun for me because like that was like my go-to when it came to like when it came to like an arcade game. Like there was always Pac-Man and stuff like that, but that was like my go-to. And I mean like it's one of those things where like it just shows the slow progression of how video games have come since the early days. Like back when it was just a text was it a text adventure games on the PC. It's surprising. It's very surprising.
Back when Konami was actually a decent company.
You can go me on
Yes,
that.
but also, I heard some other point of view regarding that. Not necessarily they are basically bashing or they're saying in Konami's defense, but there's certain things about Kojima that I didn't realize or didn't know about. That
Oh, I
Kojima
wasn't
was
even
one.
talking about the Kojima incident. I was talking the fact they have so many great IPs that they left. Kind of like Microsoft just left them in the dirt instead of just remastering them to see what people would be interested, like Crash Bandicoot.
Oh,
I want
look
my
at
Mystic Ninja.
if you look at Ubisoft right now, that's what they're doing with Watch Dogs Legion. Because look at the Watch Dogs Legion, you are able to recruit anybody in this world. At this point, they're throwing it out as a test because what's their really big moneymaker? That's Assassin's Creed. If Watch Dogs Legion and their this new system works out, our next Assassin's Creed game is going to be the exact same thing. And if it fails, it fails. If it works, it works. And they're just throwing Watch Dogs Legion to see if it actually works. If it works, then they're gonna make it into an Assassin's Creed game. If it doesn't work, then they're gonna revamp it, then put it into Assassin's Creed game.
But now, would those characters be considered NPCs anymore, or would they just be
No, they're all playable
PPCs?
characters. For Watch Dogs Legion, they're all playable characters. You could play as any one of the characters that
Yeah,
you
but
can recruit anybody in the world.
that's what I'm saying though. Would they be classified as a new type of gaming character, known as potentially playable characters, since you have to do some work to get them? Because some otherwise they're just walking around randomly. Know what I mean?
So it's weird because if you play a mission and you play with more than one of your teammates, you can swap between each teammate and have them do different things.
Still mad about the issue with the permadeath system and the pass. After hearing that you have to start a
Yeah,
brand new file with those past characters to get them again, kind of killed my
yeah.
modem for that game.
A friend of mine just was playing the game this morning and he got stuck in an elevator and he's been stuck there all day. He tried to reset it.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's mad because he's trying to get through this mission and he needs to beat this mission to progress in the game. So he figured
Classic
out one
Ubisoft
puzzle.
glitches.
Yeah, it was called like Into the Depths, where we have to kill this lady, who's trying to do something. I forgot, but he figured out one puzzle. Now he's trying to figure out the second one, and on his way to the second puzzle, he got stuck in the elevator, got out. The puzzle wouldn't load. He rebooted it, was back in the elevator and stuck again. Snow either has to create a new save file, like a lot of people have already, or they have to, or I think he's just gonna have to wait and see if a patch comes out tonight or tomorrow night.
Dang, that sucks. Especially if you're far along into the story and then you gotta start all over again.
Yeah, once again, a Ubisoft game.
Well, I mean, a lot of Ubisoft games, it seems to me that they don't do any real quality assurance. I was playing that game, playing that a little while back, and I legitimately got shoved into a wall after getting my car slammed against it. I'm stuck in the wall, glitching out, like Assassin's Creed Unity,
Mm.
and it was just a nightmare.
Well, look at CD Projekt Red. Project Red might actually push back Cyberpunk 2077 to 2021 because of all the quality control that they want to do for it.
You know what? I feel like that would kill the game. My honest opinion.
Well, see, think about this. If they pushed it back to December, all those December releases are now going to be pushed back even farther. Because when they pushed it to just like the beginning of December, everybody else picked up their release dates and pushed them back because they don't want to compete with 2077.
That's true, but now that they spent so much more money on the marketing, focus on December, they put and the fact they already got death threats from this last pushback.
I
How do you
know.
think people are gonna act once they find out it's not coming out till next year? It's gonna be a
Uh,
freaking bloodbath, like killing all those cows in The Witcher 3 in the first village.
I don't
okay.
know anything about that, but like,
Me
It
neither.
does an exploit that just look up cow exploit Witcher 3. See what pops up.
I have a bad feeling about this.
But yeah, just switching back around the turtles at hand. I would like to see my favorite Ninja Turtle game was always going to be either Turtles in Time or Tournament Fighters on the Sega Genesis. And I feel like we should have a new Ninja Turtle fighting game, including all the continuity. Call it
weren't they? Weren't they also weren't the Ninja Turtles in Mortal Kombat 9 or 10?
they were Injustice 2, but I mean that's why I want to see a new Ninja Turtles fighting game because it's so much charm. It's not that hard to write a potential story for the turtle game since interdimensional travel and space travel has been a part of the series since the very beginning. Say that honestly, say there's a tournament from the Daimyo, the Nexus, or the evil Spider Queen of the Nexus Hotel. There you go. Then just
Actually,
don't
for what's
some.
so funny, I actually like the fact that they incorporated yokai in the Rise of the Ninja Turtles. That I wasn't I wasn't okay with the Rise of the Ninja Turtles, but like I said, it wasn't excuse me, it wasn't really my thing. But um I did appreciate that they went that route though. They had the yokais versus the mutants, which I thought that was interesting. Because I'm heavily into Japanese folklore or mythology, period. But Japanese folklore is like one of my favorites. So to have a basically a Jurigumo, I thought that was really cool.
Like I said, there's plenty of things we can draw from it. But most of the time, I think we're gonna start wrapping things up a little bit. Before I
Okay.
forget, have you guys heard of TMNT Rescue Palooza on Game Jolt?
No.
No.
Basically, somebody decided to create their own side-scrolling Ninja Turtle game. You can unlock up to 60 playable characters. They have sprites done for almost every single Well, a lot of the classic characters like you get Ground Chuck, you get Usagi Yojimbo, got up Casey Jones. There's a lot of cool stuff.
I love you, Sabi.
It actually reminds me, he's getting a new series too. Now to think about it, on Netflix.
I think I heard about that. Yeah.
That's how I think is the best way to kind of revitalize a series. You're gonna put it. So basically, how it's set up is we're dealing with a great descendant. I think last I heard about it. Then he's trying to find out more about his life, which ties in to the Usagi Yojimbo series, original, and Space Captain Usagi Yojimbo.
Interesting. Interesting.
And Sakai makes some
Yeah.
great stories.
That's definitely something to look forward to.
Hmm.
That'll be interesting.
It all depends what studio is going to be making it. That's the big issue.
Right. Because depending on who's making it, like you said, it will basically, they'll decide the trajectory of the series.
What was that? I didn't hear any of that.
I said, depending on the studio, it will basically depend what type of trajectory the series will go in. If it's more comical, if it's more, if it's more dark, or gritty, realistic, or grim dark, you know, depending on who's running the show, will determine it.
Yeah, you're right.
Actually, I found out who it is now after a quick little search. It is going to be done by Gaumont Animation, who have worked on Truly Tales, Bella Sebastian, F is for Family Season 3, Dude, That's My Ghost. Looking through this whole list, there's a bunch of really bizarre looking stuff. But with Usagi Yojimbo, I think you can't really make it too comical in a sense.
No.
Who else has read the series a little?
I have.
So what about you, Kitty?
I said I have. Not a lot, but I have.
Oh,
So,
sorry, I'm kind of like zoning in
really-
and out again. But there's a lot of it's very hard to do a comedic samurai style, even if it's in the future. I feel like the way he writes his stories is kind of hard to give it more comedic than the bouncing off a dry wall of Sagi. You know what I mean?
Well,
Mhm.
it might be more of dry humor. You can still do humorous things, but it would be like dark, if not dry humor.
Yeah,
Stuff that similar to. I know this sounds like apples and oranges, but more like The Office. That type of humor. I could see that type of humor working.
I agree with you.
So yeah.
As long as we get Gen, I'll be happy.
See, I think if you do a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game, it's more of like a Afro Samurai style. I think it would take off a lot faster.
They kind of did try with Platinum Studios game Mutant Patent, but they didn't commit fully, and they kind of got
So
delisted.
they did one of those fast jobs, yeah.
Delisted. Make it sound like an award show.
Well, anyways, let's gonna wrap things up tonight. Anyone have any last closing comments or want to bring up?
This was lightning, if anything.
I just want to bring up because we're talking about Ninja Turtles. The newest comic for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin, is one of five series. Volume one is already out and available. Number two is available for pre-order. It's called The Last Ronin. I'm not going to spoil anything, but if you're a fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, check it out. It's really good. I already have volume one pre-ordered. Number two, so yeah.
Not the same story that they had Peter Lard working with Kevin Eastman again after so many years.
Yeah, it is.
That is amazing right there. After the
I'm actually
Blood
holding
Vessel.
number one in my hands right now. Issue one. So yeah, it is Eastman and Lard.
Wish I can get his autograph on my issue one.
Interesting.
So yeah, that's the thing that just came out. Literally came out like a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
You got anything? Kitty, you good?
Yes, I am.
All right. Our good friend Two Tails. And I want to thank everybody who watches later on YouTube on the Hot Potato Gamer channel. Remember, this podcast is only alive because, one, we have a good time having chats here. Am I right, folks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Two, we're bored as hell and we figure this will be better than doing evil things like I normally think of. Sorry, wait, that was a Foot Clan secret. My bad.
What?
Remember, always vote for your heroes in the half shell. Caster power. Thought that was way too for me.
It
Night,
really
everybody.
was.
No, that was, well, you have cheesy, and then you have, like, cheesy in a, like, very charming way. I won't say it's bad. That's going a little bit.
I will.
Alrighty. Hasta.